Hope for Autism provides support and practical help for parents and children with autism and Asperger's. And this month is Autism Awareness Month. It's a perfect time to learn about a groundbreaking new app and game that can really boost basic learning skills.
That's right. Joining us now is the founder and executive director of Hope for Autism, Jamie Lynn Juarez. It's great having you. Welcome in.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So let's talk about educational digital app that you have, that, and it's a game that can help your child work. Tell us about this.
Yeah, I developed the game and the app initially for my son, who's now 18, but when he was little, a third of the autism population is nonverbal, so they have trouble speaking. So I needed to quickly find the way to help him with communication, and so I discovered a game based off of something called applied behavioral analysis, but more importantly, neuroplasticity. So we now have such cutting edge technology on how the brain can heal and repair itself. So I was able to help him learn to communicate through typing, reading, and spelling.
Wow, good for you.
Having a nephew that has autism, these iPads, and man, if you get an app that can connect with them, that can really open up their life, can it?
Yeah, it's the keys to unlocking their voices within.
Wow.
Well, and it's interesting, you describe it as an app and also a game, meaning that it's interactive and it's fun. But tell me about the experience for the child.
Yeah, because a lot of the children, although they love apps, it can also be problematic for the brain because they have perseveration, so they'll obsess on them. So we had to develop a game itself. So we have it on our Facebook group where you can download it and it's free.
Awesome.
And it's similar to a memory game where you can take these sheets, you laminate them, they play it. And so it helps with reducing their obsession with technology.
With the device.
Yes, with the device. So they can either play it on the sheets like a game, or they can play it on an app on iOS.
Very, very smart.
Both.
Yeah.
Speaking of both, it's in English and in Spanish as well.
It is in English and in Spanish. So that was intentionally done because autism is such a huge spectrum. So you have the moderate to severe. Over 50% of them have borderline intellectual or severe intellectual dysfunction. And then you have the mild end. Traditionally, we used to call it Asperger's. It's now autism mild or high functioning.
Really?
And so to be able to repair the neuroplasticity in the brain, I put it in Spanish. So it has integrity for the higher functioning children. So they're actually healing their brain with neuroplasticity process, but the mild function can do it in Spanish and learn a language at the same time.
That's fantastic. I love that.
It's so fascinating talking to you. I don't know how much you knew about this before gave birth to a child who had the condition. It's so interesting, but clearly you're well versed in it at this point. What has been the most challenging aspect of having a child with autism?
I think initially is the roadmap and finding the cutting edge services that help, both medically, academically, behaviorally. So navigating your way through the system when you have a child diagnosed with autism is finding the best solutions and the quickest, because especially during early childhood, the brain is developing rapidly and you want to get in there and help them quickly during that process.
The sooner you can do that, the better they'll end up being. The
Yes.
better prognosis.
Yes.
Let's talk about your book. We have it behind you there, Hope for Autism. Big screens everywhere.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
Well, I wrote the book for actually my staff at first. So it's our training manual at Hope for Autism, and we also have the nonprofit within Hope Inc. Academy. And so I used it to train my staff. So while the patients were coming in and our students at our school, we needed to very succinctly organize the medical, the academic, the behavioral, and then neuroplasticity programs like mine, Your Child Can Type, and then we have other ones, Zing Performance and Rapid Prompting Method and CogMed and all these different applications and programs that work. So it was actually our training manual.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Wow, awesome. Do you have any advice for other parents or parents of young children with autism and how to connect into the community? Obviously, your book is a great resource, your app and game as well.
Yeah, I mean, social media is revolutionizing the marketplace. So we have so many groups on Facebook. Instagram, not so much because it doesn't have the group interaction.
It's all pictures, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, Facebook, but then local, all different locations throughout the country. Talk About Curing Autism Now is a great nonprofit that has a lot of resources, but really getting to know another parent with a child. And then we all have the list of doctors and therapists and experts in the community and creating that sense of belonging.
It's one of those things when you first get the diagnosis, you feel immediately like you're on an island, but the fact is there's a lot of people on that island.
We have an epidemic on our hands.
No doubt.
We do.
So be able to connect into that community is great. And it's great having you.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you
Great
so
to
much.
have you, for sure.
Awesome.
Learn more about Your Child Can Type by visiting the website for Hope for Autism. Their phone number is also up on your screen. Bestseller Publishing, a proud sponsor of the Morning Bulletin.